Rumor has it that Dutch people are very direct, which I can appreciate that. I like when people just kind of tell me how it is so I don't have to read between the lines and get everything all wrong. Usually that's when things get screwed up. But I wonder why they are direct, and I wonder if it's true. So we're going to take a look at a video today called Why the Dutch Always Say What They Mean, BBC Real, and this is by BBC Global. There will be a link down below so you can go over and support their channel. This is actually by Melissa Hagenboom, is the lady who is going to be kind of the narrator here, I believe. And she is Dutch, but I think she grew up in the UK. So she has two completely different perspectives on directness. It's going to be a good video. Oh, by the way, before we get going, I do want to let you know that at the end, I'm going to give you an update on our housing situation and whether or not we're going to be moving over there to the Netherlands. So definitely want to stick around for that. Before we get going here, go ahead and like the video. Let's see what we can see.
I'm afraid I can't make it because I'd be travelling there especially for you. A Dutch contributor recently responded to a meeting request. Blunt and very honest. A stark contrast to how we speak in the UK.
Wait, hold on. Let's see that again. Hi, Eva. Would you be available to meet up next Wednesday? I'm afraid I can't make it because I'd be traveling there especially for you. Okay. I mean, basically what she's saying is I wouldn't be going there if it wasn't for you asking me. Oh, man. Ooh, wee. So that's one way to look at it. She's just saying what it is. Somebody else could be like, oh, I'm not special enough for you to come here to go out of your way. Okay. That's interesting. Let's keep going. See, I don't know. I don't know what I think. I mean, I guess I would just look at it and be like, she didn't say anything. That's just what she said. Doesn't mean anything. I don't know. What would you do? Oh, man.
Blunt and very honest. A stark contrast to how we speak in the UK.
British people and Americans and others to some extent tend to sort of dance around the issues.
If you are vague or not direct, then people will say, well, come on, let's be honest so we can move on.
I was born in the Netherlands but grew up in the UK, so I've always noticed the two extremes. British politeness and Dutch directness. But how much truth is there to this stereotype?
Oh, by the way, I just realized, I think I said her name was Melissa Hagenboom, but that's how it's spelled, but I saw the double O there. So it would probably be Hagenboom, right? Melissa Hagenboom.
The Dutch are known as being direct, which means that the style is that the messages are quite precise and clear. They say what they mean what they say. So yes is really yes, and yet no is really no. Tomorrow is really tomorrow. Whereas in most other countries, the communication style is indirect.
Yeah, maybe always means no. Possibly means probably not. The Dutch people tend to be much more, well, what they would say, recht door zee, straightforward, telling things how it really is. Which can come as a bit of a surprise to outsiders.
Author Ben Coates grew up in the UK, but has lived in the Netherlands for over a decade.
I remember just in my first couple of weeks living in the country, I went and got a haircut and then went back to work afterwards. And the first thing one of my colleagues said was, it looked better before you went for a haircut.
Dutch directness.
Oh, man. That is direct. Yeah, they don't mess around. That's pretty direct. Dang, your hair looks messed up. You shouldn't have gone. Or maybe you should find another barber.
This comes from a long history of diplomacy, which benefits the Netherlands to this day.
The direct communication style is part of the consensus culture.
The Netherlands was formed based on Calvinist roots going back hundreds of years, became a great trading nation and a very successful wealthy nation during the 17th century golden age. You have a political culture which is extremely focused on consensus and compromise here.
So people learn to share ideas and come up with own opinions. And it was needed to be honest about your ideas and your thoughts and your opinions so they could find out a common solution. And that still is. It is deep-rooted and it's still a part of the communication style.
I went to meet business psychologist Aukje Nauta, who explains that this cultural stereotype means the Dutch sometimes come across as rude.
I think.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a hard one, man. Because there's some people out there who hide behind the fact that they're direct. I think, I don't know. You know, like if somebody said, you know, wow, you sure are stupid. I mean, are they just being direct or is that rude? I don't know. I mean, I guess it's being direct, but you know, they could be like, you know, I'm sorry. I feel bad for your mom that she had you because you're just one of the dumbest people I've met. You know, something like that. Is that rude or is that direct? I don't know. I see it in the comments all the time. People say stuff and, you know, and then if I say anything back about it, they're like, obviously you're an American who can't handle directness. Directness? Wrong. Directness. Anyway, let's keep going. I need to just calm down. I'm getting all angry.
That this cultural stereotype means the Dutch sometimes come across as rude.
I think that the Dutch are perceived as more direct because we use less often words like please, could you please, should you, and that explains why we come across as less polite. In the Netherlands, being polite is as important as in England.
It's meant to be honest and clear, but it's often perceived as being rude and even arrogant.
The reason why cultural comparisons are problematic is that it leads to stereotyping. This means that when you look at a Dutch person as very rude and direct, you are not that curious about what kind of person he or she is. And I think it's important to be curious after each other, because then you can make much better connections than when you put someone in a box instead of being really interested in a person.
When it comes to
that's a good piece of advice. And I think I tend to do that. I genuinely am curious about, like, I would love to talk to somebody. I just love when I can talk to people from another country and just hear their different experiences in life and all of that. So I already know even when I go visit the Netherlands, I might see some of you when we're there. But I mean, I think it would be so cool just to know how you grew up and all of that and learn about that person. So, and I think what she said was really great, that Dutch people are as polite as somebody from the UK. So that's makes it on you or on me to try to get to that point where I can experience the politeness of them. That's pretty cool.
everyday conversation.
Instead of being really interested in a person.
When it comes to everyday conversations, this expectation of directness can result in some unfortunate misunderstandings.
Well, the Netherlands, when they speak and learn English and when they translate the English language, they will literally translate it. If you have a business proposal and the Englishman or woman says, well, that's very interesting, I will have a look at it, we really translate that, oh, that's interesting, so they are interested. While it could also mean, well, I'm not interested and it's a bad idea.
You can never just straight up say that someone's work is not good. That instinct is quite deeply ingrained in British society. It also extends to just trying to avoid causing offence and always saying things in the nicest possible way.
And then the challenge for...
Oh, man. So that's... I was just about to say that's interesting, but what she said is interesting. Because somebody might say, oh, this looks interesting. Let me take a look. That really just means what they're probably trying to say is, I'm not ready to make a decision right now. I'll get back to you and let you know what I decide. Or they could be saying no. But the Dutch person might think that you're actually interested. I could see that.
And always saying things in the nicest possible way.
And then the challenge for Dutch people is to find out what the real meaning of the words is. And we can both speak English, but it doesn't mean that we get the real message.
For example, there's a British sort of tick of saying, oh, you must come for dinner, or we must do it again sometime soon, when obviously the last thing you mean is that person should come for dinner next week. Whereas Dutch people would inevitably tend to take those kind of statements more literally, I think, and the invitation will be in your inbox the next day.
And also, of course, for the people in the UK, it's challenging to not be that shocked because of the directness.
A British person would see sort of hedging around a difficult issue or politeness and civility, whereas a Dutch person might see the same thing as being actually dishonest. It's not just undesirable, but actually an unpleasant thing to do for a Dutch person.
You can see traces of this type of transparency all over the Netherlands. How people queue, leave curtains open for passers-by to peep inside, and even how they normalize nudity.
Wait, hold on. I mean, I'm not saying I'm getting excited. That's why I stopped right here. That's not what happened. I was having a pause right here because I want to rewind it to what she said.
Traces of this type of transparency all over the Netherlands. How people queue.
What, like how, why, what does she mean by that? How people queue, like what does that indicate? Is this an example here? Is it like, I know here in Spain they're direct. Like we don't say, you know, can you please get me a cup of coffee? We just say, put me down for coffee, like in the morning or something like that, you know? So, I mean, we say hola, and, you know, hola, hasta luego, you know, stuff like that. We say those kind of things, but that all the please and all that, and we had to get used to that because we would say thank you a lot. Like it's not necessary. It's not necessary all the time. So anyway, I wonder what you mean by this, the queuing. And then the next one,
leave curtains open for passers-by to peep.
Like, what? How does that? What does that have to do with being direct?
Inside, and even how they normalize nudity.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Just kidding. It's a joke.
I think to some extent the Dutch are less prudish than the British when it comes to swimming naked or going to saunas or those kind of things. Go to a popular beach in the Netherlands on a sunny day and you sometimes feel like there's more naked people there than people with swimming costumes on.
When you can't show your body, the consequence is you associate nude bodies with sexuality.
Yes, I gotta say, that is true. That is the United States right there. That was one of the culture shocks for me when I came here to Spain. You go down to the beach, like men and women are just the same topless. Like it don't matter, and little kids too. Where in the United States, oh my God, you cannot be topless, and you will not find a topless little girl, like an 8, 9, 10-year-old. Like you just won't. Out here, it's no big deal. And I think it's great. Now, Spain is definitely a lover's country because you just see people make it out everywhere. I mean, you know, they definitely believe in showing some affection, but apparently that's how it is in the Netherlands. So I'm going to fit right in. I'll be right home because, well, never mind. Let's just keep going.
As when you change clothes at the beach and you see a little bit of nakedness, then it's just ordinary. It normalizes a naked body.
Although I should say, I mean, I think it's hard to be more prude than the British when it comes to that stuff. So I'm not sure how much of it is just the Dutch being more normal and the British being excessively prude, but there probably is a big difference there.
US.
So if you really want something, just say it how it is. Just be aware that some people may mistake your honesty for rudeness. And remember, if you say, we must meet for dinner to a Dutch person, they really will expect an invite.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, that was great. That's good. I like that. I'm going to be able to fit in just fine. At least I think so. I don't know. Tell me what you think. You think I'll fit in? I think I will. Because I'll be nice to people and I don't mind being direct, and I can accept when people are direct with me, which that definitely helps a lot. Now, at the beginning of the video, I said I was going to give an update on our situation. So we had a call today with, I guess it's like an agent to talk about housing, but she was in the Amsterdam area. And then I think like to the east of Amsterdam in that area. And man, she like scared the crap out of us because we knew it was a housing crisis, but she said it's a housing crisis. Like in order for you to find something, I mean, you got to get lucky. You got to have a year of rent up front. You got like all this stuff. It's like, oh my God. So we're actually having a call with somebody on in the next couple of days. That's south, and it's like south. It's called the Brandbart or Brabart. I don't know, something like that. It's like south. So hopefully it's a little more. The prospects are a little better because we're getting excited about going over there. So I'll definitely update you here. And if it so happens that it's not going to work out and we're just going to end up staying here in Spain, I'll tell you that. But if it looks like we're going to be moving there, I'll tell you that too. We're going to visit at the end of September. We're staying in Leiden. So we already have, the airline tickets and the Airbnb and all that stuff. So that's still happening. But now we're just trying to figure out if we're going to end up moving there, which would be like May or June of next year. So there you go. If you want to keep track of the Lewis, that's my last name, by the way. That's where G. Lou comes from. But if you want to keep track of our little journey, then subscribe to the channel. It's easy and it's free. And if you want more reactions like this, same thing. Subscribe, turn on your notifications, all that fun stuff. All right. Hopefully you like that video there. My name's Greg. We'll catch you on the next video. Peace.